Hey, Wyatt here, founder of Ralee. Let me go ahead and show you real quick how Ralee works and how it can help you get to better design outcomes with you and your developers. So once we've created an account on Ralee, we will be sent to this dashboard where we can create our first project. And so in this scenario, we're going to go ahead and create a project, and we're going to say demo project just for the case of this demo. Once that project has been created, we then can invite team members to the project, or we can go ahead and start documenting the issues, get straight into it. And so in this scenario, we're going to jump straight into kind of capturing the issues. I'm going to use our own internal dashboard here as the demo. And so let's say I want to communicate to my developer and my co-founder that this invite button is just not looking correct and there's some spacing issues and things like that. I'll go up and click on the run. So we'll go up and we'll run the extension, and they'll have three options to be able to communicate this. We can do click to capture, we can do a screenshot, or we can record my screen. In this scenario, this first one, we're going to walk through click to capture. This allows you to go ahead and quickly select any element on the page within the code. So, you can select the buttons, you can select segments, tables, sections, text, whatever you will, to be able to very clearly capture that specific element to show that's the issue that you want to report. And so in this scenario, we'll go ahead and click capture button, and then it captures it immediately. We can add a title to it, like incorrect sizing. We can add a description if we wish, and then we're able to also see the full screen, so where that was selected in the context of the entire page. It automatically defaults to the most recent project that you worked with. And then we can assign a type if we want from here, or we can do that later. Same thing with priority or urgency or priority, and then what the status was. I'll just leave all that stuff blank for now. And then we can add a Figma link as well. So if we go back to our Figma file and we say, hey, let's go ahead and grab this specific button because that's what is supposed to be done, we can then very quickly add link. It will load that up, and then that Figma file is now loaded in context. And so when we submit that, that gets stored. We can copy the link to that, and then now it's already been stored and added as an issue within our dashboard within this project. And so then if we copy that and paste that link over here, we're then able to see that issue that we just created. And so what's really cool about Ralee, we now have the ability to see capture versus the Figma. And you can very clearly see and communicate, hey, here's what it looks like on the live site, here's what Figma looks like. There's obviously some discrepancies, right? Then we can see just the standalone one that we selected on the live site if we wish, or another cool one is we can now see the full screen of where that issue was captured in the context of everything else. And then if we see on the right-hand side, you're also able to see details, edit those things that we did. The styling, you can see the discrepancies of the code versus the design. The session information, so device, window size, screenshot dimensions, where you're at, etc. A deep link that will send that person directly to the issue page that was found. And then if it's a video recording, you'll have some technical information that appears if it's relevant. So network logs and other sort of debugging piece of information. So that is the basics of the click to capture. And then if we go back to our dashboard, I'll show you just real quickly the other one. So now we have that here, and then we would have a bunch of different issues that come and appear as there are more that you document. You can also screen capture if you wish, if you just want to not select a specific element, but maybe you want to select a specific area. Then it captures just that specific area. And we would say issue number 2, maybe that's what it was, or you get the idea. So you can capture any specific area and then submit that as well if you want to be able to do that. So it's a little bit more organic. And then the final one is going and doing a screen recording and run that. So since we're already recording our screen right now and walking a demo, I won't walk through how a screen recording works, but very similar to a lot of other screen recording tools on that. But you can go through, run a screen recording, stop, submit that issue, and then the developer has the walkthrough. So that is Ralee in a nutshell, and hope you enjoy it. Built this after 10 years in design and seeing how much of a pain in the ass that was to do design QA. So thanks so much for being here. Hope you enjoy the tool. Catch you later.